Hello, hello, hello. We'll be continuing the readings for today. What's today? January 30th. It is 5:03 p.m. where I am. So I mean, I'm being completely and utterly distracted. I feel like I'm supposed to communicate with someone, but I'm not communicating with someone, but that person wants to communicate with me. There is such a big theme of communication throughout all of these readings for the last couple of days. So the big energy pull is the full moon in Leo. However, there's a bit of the Pluto in Aquarius, and also just in general for collective, I don't know, protection, strength. There just seems to feel like I literally felt like I was having, I was utterly frustrated. I'm feeling completely challenged, and I'm feeling like, okay, there's like these psychological blocks that are getting in my way. By the way, if I haven't said it, this reading is going to be for Gemini, position number 3, and it's the energy of the sign in Gemini. And you don't have to be born under the sun sign for things to resonate with you. And you just have to be in this energy, and we all possess every sort of energy, just depending on the day. It could depend on the week, it depends on the month. It just depends on how, it's for you. Things about the personality traits that could be resonating with you at this time, if you feel like you're in Gemini energy, is Gemini rarely has a hidden agenda. They're playful, they're intellectually curious. Gemini are constantly juggling a variety of passions, hobbies, careers, and friend groups. They're social butterflies, and they are the mark, or I should say the symbol or whatever, for communication. But their type of communication more so is like, they'll listen to you, but they will hardly communicate with you unless they really completely trust you, and then they go to those people that need them. Remember too, when we're dealing with Gemini, we're dealing with twins. And I said this about Pisces on how sometimes the twins don't communicate. Just like in Pisces, the fish don't communicate with each other. Although the sign is the sign of the 5th chakra, which is communication. Geminis can be innovative, and they're always down to try something new. However, they can be wholly indecisive if they're in low vibe, or you know what I'm talking about. Also, they could be very selfish sometimes and surface-y. Like, what I mean by that is, sometimes you think like a Gemini is your very, very best friend, but they don't see you the same way that you see them. And that's just because of their lack of trust and how they're down to try anything. And they're also, they love to help anybody. And so you may feel close to them, and they're just like, yeah, I don't really like you like that. Anyway, let's see what Gemini, those in Gemini's energy dilemma would be. I don't know. Communication is coming about something, is what we left off with Libra in the last reading. And this is going to be Wonjo. And Wonjo has to do with comfort, joy, and pleasure. And that could be the dilemma for Gemini at this time. Because the energy is feeling a bit uncomfortable, a bit pushy. And it could be having to do with some healing. My head still hurts from the last reading, and actually my headache is getting a little worse. It could be energetic. It could be just an adjustment of, you know, the energy, because it is rapidly shifting. But let's go ahead and clarify one Joe for Gemini. Okay. Now that was, you know, that just, all right, we have Laguz and we have Degas. And two came out. So on one hand, you could be okay with this transformation. And on the other hand, your intuition is telling you that there's things that you're not unconscious about. On one hand, you have the light, which is trying to dominate the shade. And on the other hand, you have thoughts of difficulties, danger, purity, unconsciousness, and dreams. But it doesn't have to be like dreams when you go to sleep. It could be even just visions that you get, or daydreaming. It could also mean daydreaming. But there kind of feels like a real kind of pulling back and forth here, right? The pulling back and forth between the light and the dark. So what, your shadow self, or the things that you try, because Gemini loves to try something new, or try someone new. And although that may be rewarding at times, it could also be tiring, because some of you may be wanting to be in the mode of settling in and settling down. At the same time, some of you may not. So it's just going to depend on what brings you joy and comfort and pleasure, and what's most important, and where are you, you know, what's this reset, how is it shifting you? But also, I just feel like there's the self-worth component here. Okay. So the going with the flow, and then there's a balance component is what I'm feeling as well. Protection, I really feel like that heavy. I don't know, let's take a pause, because they're like, you know, just slow down, just. And then the song Sexual Healing comes to me. I want sexual healing. That's something that's good for me. I don't know. It's for somebody. Okay. Could be dealing with an water sign or air sign as well here when we're talking about Degas, and there could be something that feels like, when we're talking about light and shade, we could be talking about day and night. So the differences between you and someone else could be like day and night. I don't know. I thought I was supposed to do a crystal, but maybe they want us to do it backwards. So let's see what the dilemma is for Gemini. Let's see what the dilemma is. What is the dilemma? Hi, yay. So Lilo is the sun. So things coming to the light that were in the dark. And also it could have to do with success. It can have to do with traveling. But also it has to do with the water, because sailors are coming out. The symbol of a life force and feminine nature. So it just depends, because we also have Laguz, which is water, intuition, unconscious. You could be unconsciously not following your intuition, or unconsciously following your intuition. It just depends on which twin we're talking about. Let's go ahead and clarify with a rune crystal. They said lapis lazuli. The runes are made out of lapis lazuli. I don't know why they're telling me that to tell you that. Let's see. Well, I mean, lapis lazuli does have to do with communication. We have Isa. Isa is confirming the sun. Funny enough, Laguz and Isa are kind of like the opposites. And here we go. We have the opposites again. Because Laguz is water. Isa is ice. And then we did talk about frustrations, challenges, and psychological blocks in the beginning. And that's what Isa can normally mean in this energy. It depending on the energy, Isa can mean a plethora of different things. So we're reading the energy for this one. So it's stagnancy, also flexibility, or taking the time to warm up, taking the time to protect yourself, taking the time to be realizing the reliability on others. So there's just a call for evolution there, for growth, and honoring your own accomplishments, and then just going with the flow for whatever truths are coming out that are going to be revealed. And that could be from some of you. All right, let's see what the advice is. Uruz. I haven't had this come out in a while. Uruz is untamed potential, speed, strength. The symbol is the wild ox. Sorry, and I held it upside down. See? We had to do it twice. So one's upside down, which means you don't believe in your untamed potential. The other one is upright, which would be you do believe in your untamed potential. So we're going to go ahead and put it upright because, you know, for most of you, that's the way it is. And let's confirm. So your advice is you have untamed potential. Use it. See where it gets you. Go with the flow. If you're feeling stagnant, you're really not. Just see what it looks like for you and stop letting people be in your ear about what you're supposed to be doing next. All right, let's see. Can you please clarify Uruz for Gemini? Clarify Uruz for Gemini. Clarify Uruz. That's the second card to fall down again. And we have Algiz, and Algiz is protection. And we were talking about that in this onset of the reading. And we have the elk. I was talking about this in another reading where my husband was showing me the elk video, and I was like, oh, what is that? I just thought they were like humongous deer. They could be in the deer family. I don't know. I love animals, but there's some animals I don't know too much about, right? So the elk, they were running so fast, and you know, he was telling me that they can run up to 40 miles an hour. So if an elk is coming your way, like, you're gonna get, you know, you're gonna get crushed. But the thing here is, like, these elk were like running in a pack. So we're talking about a stampede, okay? So it's saying, like, don't worry. Whatever it is that you choose, whatever it is, what one twin is doing or the other twin is doing, you're protected. Because Algiz has to do with protection, defense, instincts, group efforts, and guardianship. And when we're talking about guardianship, it's sort of like a spirit team that is working to ward off evil. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have Jara, which is harvest, and justice, which really feeds into Libra, because I was feeling Jara during the Libra reading. We have growth, fertility, rebirth, and that goes into the gods. And so it looks like and feels like that is where source is wanting you, or helping you understand that if you are going through a transformation, it could, or you went through one, you had a year of, you know, the roller coaster of the infinity symbol, and things are going to even out, or that's what you have to look forward to. So just go with the flow. Things may feel stagnant, but they're really not. And there is success awaiting you, or it's basically just here and around the corner. Okay, so let me go ahead and see what the full moon in Leo message is for you. It is Aquarius season. I don't know why they're telling me to mention that, but I'm a wheel watcher. You could be working through some childhood trauma, or you need to let it go during the next new moon. Start working on your new goals, writing those down. Let's concentrate and focus on the full moon in Leo message for Gemini. Full moon in Leo message for Gemini. Full moon Leo message Gemini. We have it's time to release negativity. I'm pretty sure this came out in a Leo reading. And hold your vision during the fixed moon. Let's see. And then we have communication is key, Gemini. Right? So you came out in your own reading, and I feel like you've been feeling that since the eclipse. Communication is key. Communication is key. And you're trying to really build upon that. But also, you know, I was actually talking to a Gemini, and I sent her something about the black egg. And the black egg has to do with communicating slowly and clearly and authentically. Okay? So I'll say that this person's a Gemini, and it was a message just came up as we were just having a conversation. Sometimes that happens to me, believe it or not. But let's have them clarify communication is key, because it's slow, clear, and authentic communication. So that could be with others, that could be with yourself, and it also could be with your spirit team. Okay? So let's see. Clarify, please. I think Sagittarius got light at the end of the tunnel as well. We have holiday again. I saw holiday 3 times. I'm pretty sure that came out in yesterday's reading. Yeah, surrender and let go of the secrets, because it fell right there. And we have light at the end of the tunnel. It could be talking about a summer or something that happened this past summer. I don't feel like it's an upcoming summer, but is there light at the end of the tunnel for this situation? Or they could just be saying like things are blooming, right? So kind of things coming out. Surrender to truth. Surrender to telling the truth. Surrender to the things that are gonna come out. And hold your vision. So I don't know, it could have something to do with somebody that was gaslighting you. And then we have fire, so it could be a fire sign. But also it's feeling like maybe you're quick to anger. Yes, look, in the past you could have been quick to anger about something. All right, let's go ahead and try to close this out. Can you clarify communication is key? So maybe there's somebody in your energy that you need to communicate clearly with and be like, look, I'm not with this gaslighting. I'm not doing it. Yeah. Stop searching for that validation with this other person. You are your own validation. And you could be dealing with a Leo, the sun, success. That's the sun twice in this reading. Okay, so both of your twins deserve the sun. It's time to release negativity and decide what direction that you're going with whatever it is that you're choosing. The number 17 comes out, and it could have to do with a revelation, because when I see 17, that's what it means. But 17, I think, came out in Leo, and then I don't know which one was before Leo. They're having me to keep going. So we have, it's time to release negativity, hold your vision, and communication is key. All right. So release the fact that whatever you have to say is necessary, and release that. There could be a Scorpio here. There could be a Cancer. There is a lot of water here. There's a Predator and then stuck. Validation, Predator, and then feeling stuck in a situation. So with the situation, you must surrender the success that you seek in this situation. It feels like you're stuck. It feels like stagnancy, but no, it's an illusion. You don't need validation from the situation, person, place, or thing. And this could be two people. Do not be the prey to that predator that's in your energy. And you're soon going to learn something about them. And then, boom, your new beginning will come. And then you want to help others by telling your story. There could be a couple of different messages here for a couple of different people. I do want to highlight that because the energy kept shifting a little bit. But, take what resonates, share the rest. If you want an individual reading, you can go to the description box below and go ahead and book one. Gemini. It's the things that make us feel fragile like a bomb and not fragile like a flower. The things, the people, the persons, and the places, or the things that are going to help us with our transformation and our prosperity. So anyone that's making you feel fragile like a flower by gaslighting you, not validating you, you know what? It's time to show them exactly who you really are. And that communication is very key. You don't have to do it with words. You can do it with simple body language or simple action. Okay? So I hope I helped heal at least one person in the world today. And Gemini, I sure hope it was you. Be well. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Bye-bye, Gemini.